Welcome back to BPC High School. 7th grade game started a little sooner than anticipated. Jumper on the way, and the first points of the basketball game to Ryan Reimolds for South Fulton. And just like that, it's 2-0. South Fulton with the early lead. Foul's going to be a jump ball, I guess. Possession to BPC. On the floor for South Fulton is 00 Jackson Miller. As I said, the aforementioned Reimolds. Also out there is number 3, Brendan Carithers. Number 12, Brian Parker. Guppy with the shot. It's off, no good. And number 10, Aiden Parsano. 30-second timeout on the floor is going to be charged to South Fulton. Bringing this contest here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, is Community News Brief. The Community News Brief is a free publication distributed to over 68 locations in Bushnell, Macomb, Colchester, Industry, Adair, and many more towns throughout the area. It provides local news to McDonough County and parts of Fulton County every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. To submit a press release or to get advertising information for the locally owned publication, contact Lynn 309-333-8245 or email communitybrief@gmail.com. So Miller's going to drive, dump it off to Parsano. His shot's off, no good. Carruthers with a rebound. Now it's going to be Miller with the shot. Carruthers with another rebound. Miller, another shot. And that one's off, no good. Rebound's going to go to Lieb finally for BPC. BPC trails 2-0 here in quarter number 1. Ruffin puts the shot up. It's off, no good. Layup is off, no good for Carruthers. Now it's going to be Reimolds with the rebound to put back. It's off, no good. Shot by Parker's no good. And Lieb with another rebound. That's his second in as many possessions. 4:20 to go in the first quarter. Ruffin is going to get called for the travel as he switched pivot feet. Possession to South Fulton. Amazing the size difference between these 7th graders and the 8th graders that were just out there. There is a significant size difference in these kids. It's going to be Reimolds again. He's going to look down low, and it's going to be a tied up as Lieb is down there fighting for it with Parker, and it's going to be a jump ball again. Possession this time to South Fulton, and Brian Parker will inbound for the Rebels. 4:08 remaining. Now Carruthers' shot's off, no good. Gets his own rebound, puts it back up, and this time it'll fall through. So Braden, Carruthers gets the basket. Ruffin, a shot's off, no good, and Carruthers is going to go for a double dribble as Ruffin came up to mess up the dribble of Carruthers, and it's going to be a turnover possession to BPC. They trail 4-0 to the Rebels. And that's going to go off of Guppy over and back. He knew it was going to be. Not much they could do about it, though. Havens and Rhodes getting ready to check in for BPC. As Guppy and Palm are going to take a seat. Connor Palm, one of the starters out there. Miller gets it out to Parker. Parker's jumper's off, no good. Rebound again to Lieb. They give it to Rhodes, and then Ruffin will take it up the other way. 3:30 remaining here in the first quarter. Ruffin on the dribble. Going to come up top to Rhodes. Left side to Havens. Now to Lieb. Lieb's jumper's off, no good. Parker with the rebound. That's going to go Miller as he drives all the way to the baseline, and Rhodes is going to hip check him out of bounds, and Braxton Rhodes is going to pick up his first foul, team foul number 1 for the Spartans. First foul of the game, as a matter of fact. 3:12 to go here in the first quarter. And the inbounds pass is not touched, out of bounds. It actually has to go back to where it was thrown in since nobody touched it. So Rhodes will inbound it to Ruffin. 3:10 to go. 4-0's the score. South Fulton with the lead. Ruffin's going to be picked up by Reimolds, and then the ball's kicked away, and a jump ball again. As Carruthers and Ruffin are fall on the floor fighting over it. A jump ball to BPC. Now Guppy checking back in, as is Palm. Can't send both of you off. There you go. Okay. I thought there was one hard already set, but they came back on. Rhodes was going off, but Rhodes just went to take the ball inbounds. My apologies. Ruffin just about threw it over his head backwards. Reimolds with the steal, going to try the left-handed layup. A nice one, and it falls for Ryan Reimolds. 6-0's the score. Palm, I'm not sure who Palm was throwing that to, but Carruthers, it went right in his belly. Now another basket on the way and good by Ryan Reimolds. Makes it 8-0. Ruffin's shot is blocked, but a foul is going to be called. 0-0. Jackson Miller with the foul. His first. Team's first. And we'll take a break here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
helped me reach peak performance
in the weight room.
Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
Well, we were camping, and then I got a phone call from my neighbor and said that we got hit by a storm. He said, "You better come home because there's no roof." He said, "I look up and see the sky." He didn't know what you were going to do, where you're going to go, but Country Financial took care of us.
We anticipate something that we hope never happens, but when it happens, we are there to make good on our promise.
Welcome back to Bushnell Prairie City High School. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go here in quarter number 1. 8-0, is the score. South Fulton leads BPC, but Adrian Ruffin will be at the free throw line shooting 3 for BPC. The first one is off, no good. BPC yet to score here. 1 foul apiece for the two teams. First free throws of the game for either team here. Second one for Ruffin is short. Oh for 2 thus far. 0 for 3. Into the game is number 32, Colin Pilger. Reimolds is finally going to get it. He'll go all the way down. Picked up by Rhodes, and then back Ruffin and Havens fighting over it, which makes it a travel for BPC. 2:08 to go here in quarter number 1 for the 7th grade contest, South Fulton and BPC. And that's Pilger to inbound. And double dribble, charged to Miller. A lot of changing of possession here with not a lot of scoring, but here's Carruthers with a steal. He's going to do the running one-hander right from the middle. That's like the toughest layup to do for a young kid, and he missed it, and then Reimolds misses the putback. And we'll have a jump ball possession to the Rebels. Checking in for BPC is going to be Ash and Lieb. They'll replace somebody. Havens and Ruffin, it looks like. Lieb goes over and knocks the inbound pass away from Miller. Hits the official with it, in fact. 1:45 to go in the first quarter. BPC trails 8-0 at Bushnell Prairie City High School. Rhodes guarding the inbound ball. Here's Reimolds. Reimolds going to look to drive. Gets it down to number 1 in the game is Cooper Davis, and he gets his first bucket. It's 10-0. Guppy with it. Palm. Rhodes is going to try a 3. It's short. And Cooper Davis gets the would-be rebound. Miller with it now, going back the other way for South Fulton. He finds Pilger was wide open. Pilger wasn't expecting it. It's going to come back to Miller. Miller's jumper right elbow's off, no good. Tipped around. Davis with the rebound. Carithers with it to Miller. Miller to Reimolds. Reimolds now is going to drive. Puts up the shot. He's fouled. No basket, but he'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Foul is going to be on number 10, Logan Ash, his first, team's second. Free throw line shooting 2 for the Rebels. Number 4, Ryan Reimolds. First one is good. Make the score 11-0. Second one bounces around and finally falls off, and then Guppy's going to lose it out of bounds. Possession back to South Fulton, 54.2 seconds remaining. Again, 54.2 seconds left here in quarter number 1. It's 7th grade boys basketball action, BPC and South Fulton. South Fulton leads 11-0. Davis has it to Miller. Oh, look to Carithers. Can't get it there. He's going to go right side to Reimolds. Reimolds will try the 3. It's off the back of the rim. No good. Davis with another rebound. Now back to Miller. He's going to drive, pull up from about 10 feet. His jumper is long, and then Davis is going to knock it out of bounds. He ran over Ash. No foul called, but it'll be BPC basketball. 38.3 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Rhodes with it. He's going to get it to Palm. 26 seconds remaining, and then Miller's going to come up with it after a bad pass for South Fulton, and he'll go back the other way as Lieb cuts him off. And Lieb is going to pick up the foul, his first, team's third. .7 seconds remaining. Davis has it to Miller. Miller from the free throw line gets it to Colin Pilger. Pilger gets it back to Miller. Miller's going to drive. 8 seconds remaining. Up to Reimolds. 5 seconds remaining. 4, 3, 2, 1. And a shot is no good. It's no good. Didn't get it off in time, and that's how the first quarter will end. 11-0. BPC trails the South Fulton Rebels. We'll be heading to quarter number 2, and we'll keep it here as this game brought to you by MTC Communications. Having slow, unreliable internet just doesn't cut it in 2021. MTC Communications offers lightning-fast, reliable fiber internet, video, phone service, and camera systems to the McDonough, Henderson, and Hancock County areas. Visit mtc.crowdfiber.com to check your availability. And United Community Bank. United Community Bank's services are designated or designed to keep you in the game when you are on the go. With online and mobile banking, that's nothing but net to friendly service you can count on from the leader of the community banking. Choosing UCB is always a slam dunk. Visit locations near you with branches in Bushnell, Colchester, and 2 in Macomb. UCB is a member FDIC. So we are going to move to the second quarter here. 3 team fouls, for BPC. And 1 for South Fulton. That foul belongs to Jackson Miller. He fouled Ruffin on a three-point attempt. Ruffin missed all 3 free throws, though. Now Ruffin dribbles right to the corner, gives South Fulton 4 defenders, and a jump ball is going to be called. Possession to South Fulton as it didn't get changed at the quarter. 5:49 remaining here in the first half. BPC trails 11-0. South Fulton with the basketball. This has kind of been the story for BPC the entire year for the 7th grade team. Miller's three is off, no good. Rebound and the putback. That's number 10, Aiden Parsano, and he'll be at the free throw line. Have no clue who got that foul. He was clear over by the bench, and I couldn't see who he gave it to. So, 2 free throws coming for Parsano. First one's off, no good. Second one is off, no good as well, but Parsano's going to track down his own rebound, puts up a 17-foot jumper. It's off, no good. Miller with the rebound and the putback. It's off, no good. Parsano with another rebound and the putback. It's off, no good. And then a jump ball down there is Carruthers and Rhodes tie it up. It'll be BPC basketball with 5:24 to go in the second quarter. Rhodes picks it up and then gets it knocked away, so he gets his dribble back. And then Reimolds is finally going to come up with it. Guppy is going to beat Reimolds down the floor and pick up the foul. It'll be team foul number 5. At the free throw line, shooting 2 will be Ryan Reimolds. He was 1 of 2 from the stripe in the first quarter. Neither team has scored here. 5:09 to go in quarter number 2. First free throw is good by Reimolds, so scratch that conversation as he gets his team on the board. Second free throw off the front of the rim, no good. Just like the first time at the free throw line, he hits the first, misses the second. And then BPC is going to get lucky as Miller is going to knock it out of bounds after Rhodes couldn't hold on to it. Ash and Palm checking back in. Guppy and Lieb take a seat. 5 minutes exactly remaining here in the first half. Rhodes has it, guarded by Miller. Miller knocks it away, and then Rhodes was standing on the sideline, out of bounds. Possession to South Fulton. As I was saying, this has not been an uncommon occurrence for the 7th grade team. They come out really slow and intend to pick things up in the second half as they kind of get the feel and the learn of what's going on. So we'll see if they're able to do that again. They trail by 12-0, and then Reimolds is going to knock it away from Palm. Palm's finally going to get it to Ruffin. Ruffin's going to drive. Looks for somebody, nobody. Finally picks it up. Going to come all the way across the Palm, but Miller's going to track it down first for South Fulton. He's going to go to the bank shot. It's good. A little Euro step bank shot for Jackson Miller. His first 2, and it's 14-0. Now Ruffin's going to run and put up a 3. It's off, no good. Ball tipped around, picked up by South Fulton. Parsano's finally going to end up with it and get it back to Miller. We're under 4 minutes to go in the first half, 3:55. Carruthers from about 16 feet. His bank shot's off, no good. Reimolds with the rebound. The putback's off, but he's going to be fouled. That's going to be on Rhodes. His second. Team foul number 6. Free throw line shooting 2 again for the Rebels is number 4, Ryan Reimolds. First one's off, no good. So he broke his streak. He had hit the first one of both of his first 2 pairs of free throws and missed the second. We'll see if he flip-flops it here as Lieb and Guppy check back in. Davis is back in for South Fulton as well. Second free throw is good. He does flip-flop it, but makes 1 of 2. He stays at 50%. That makes it 15-0. Palm to Ruffin. I think that was really supposed to go to Guffey, but Ruffin hopped up and took it away. Now it's going to be outletted to Reimolds. Reimolds is going to go. He's going to be fouled again as Palm's going to pick up a foul. Team foul number 7 for BPC, and Reimolds is going to be shooting 2 more free throws here. He's got 2 points in the fourth quarter on 2 of 4 free throw shooting. First one is good. Make it 16-0. Second one is off, no good. So he remains at 50%. 3:27 to go. And the first half, Ruffin with it. This quarter is taking a lot of time. And now a jump ball is going to be called. Possession to BPC. And Havens and Connor Upton are going to check in as Lieb and Guppy take a seat. Coach Harrison may be looking for a little settling voice on the floor by putting Connor Upton on there. He doesn't look to score a whole lot, but does a great job of controlling the game for the 7th graders and making things happen on both ends of the floor. Davis to Parker. Parker's jumper is good. It's his first 2 points of the contest, and it's 18-0. Palm to Upton. Upton's going to give it back to Palm. Now it's going to go over to Ruffin. Ruffin takes one dribble, picks up the ball. Reimolds steals it away, and then Ruffin nearly gets it back. Now it's going to go to Parsano, and Parsano is going to lose it out of bounds off his own foot. Possession back to BPC, and it's going to be the media/COVID timeout. Checking in is going to be number 32, Colin Pilger. We'll take a break as well. We'll be right back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
During this COVID pandemic, it is important you take care of your health, especially your heart health. Do not ignore the signs of a heart attack or stroke. If you have health concerns, schedule an appointment with your provider, and always, in case of an emergency, call 911. This message brought to you by McDonough District Hospital and Blessing Health System. See for yourself why Blessing Health System is the leader in cardiology and pulmonology services. Appointments available inside MDH. Learn more at blessinghealth.org or mdh.org.
Welcome back to Bushland Prairie City High School. 18-0 is the score. 2:33 to go in the first half. Coach Harrison talking to his team after the first horn of the media/mask/COVID timeout. BPC no points, 0 for 3 from the free throw line. So Palm will bring it up for the Spartans. 2:30 remaining, clock running here in the first half. The extended 1-2-2 zone. Ruffin for 3, it's off, no good. Rebound down low to Pilger. He'll try to get it out to Miller. It's a jump ball, possession back to BPC with 2:18 remaining. And a pass from Upton is knocked away by Reimolds, picked up by Parker. Parker gives it to Miller. Miller on the dribble now. He's picked up by Palm. He's going to drive. Looks inside, can't get it there. Well, going to try again. Nope, he's going to get it to Reimolds. Reimolds going to drive. Give it to Davis. Davis shots off, no good. Then his shot's blocked. And then Parker's shot's blocked by Palm. Out to Miller. Miller is going to put up a jumper from the baseline. It rattles in and out, and Upton with the rebound for BPC. And it's going to be 1:40 remaining, and he'll get the ball to Ruffin. BPC looking to get their first points of the game here late in the second quarter. Palm now is going to drive, go down to Brett Havens, but Havens can't hold on to it, and the possession is going to go back to South Fulton. Checking in for BPC is going to be Carson Lieb and Parker Guppy. Under a minute 30 to go now here in the first half. Reimolds walks it up the floor very slowly. His jumper is good. It's his first bucket of the second quarter. He's got 3 free throws prior to that. 20-0's the score. Jump ball, possession to South Fulton with 57.8 seconds remaining. Shago, well, Coach Shago play here, it sounds like, for South Fulton. Longtime supporter of. And a 3 on the way by Jackson Miller. Give him 5 for the quarter as well, and it's 23-0. Upton with it. He's going to go to Ash. Ash is going to have it ripped away by Reimolds, and they'll go back the other way with 30 seconds remaining. Reimolds going to pull up in front of Upton. His shot's off, no good. Guppy with the rebound. 23 seconds left. It's going to get to Upton. Upton to Ash. Ash's jumper is off, no good. It's going to go off of Brett Havens out of bounds. Possession to South Fulton with 14.7 seconds remaining here in the first half. Seven, 6. Miller with it. 3, 2, and he's going to travel with 1.5 seconds remaining. Turn the ball back over to BPC. This baseball pass down to Upton. Upton's going to put up a long 3. It's off the backboard, no good. And that's how the first half will end, with the Rebels leading BPC 23-0. We'll move to third quarter action when we get back. We'll take a break here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
McDonough District Hospital's Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center was built for one goal: to strengthen women's health services in the region's premier facility. Our dedicated staff, past and present, delivered generations of MDH babies, and now in the new Women's Center, our staff is ready to deliver the next generation and beyond. Come visit the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center and see for yourself the MDH difference.
You know, you see fires on TV all the time. You don't understand what the families are really going through until you've lived it. The day before the fire, life was good. We went to bed, we woke up, and we had nothing. If it was not for Country Financial, we would still have nothing.
Get dinner to the table quickly, no matter how busy your day's been. True Convection Cooking uses a fan to distribute hot air evenly and cook food faster. So dinner is ready when they are. True Convection Cooking, brought to you by Whirlpool.
During this COVID pandemic, it is important you take care of your health, especially your heart health. Do not ignore the signs of a heart attack or stroke. If you have health concerns, schedule an appointment with your provider, and always, in case of an emergency, call 911. This message brought to you by McDonough District Hospital and Blessing Health System. See for yourself why Blessing Health System is the leader in cardiology and pulmonology services. Appointments available inside MDH. Learn more at blessinghealth.org or mdh.org.
Welcome back to Bushnell Prairie City High School. 7th grade action here. The scoreboard is correct. 23-0 is the score. It's going to be the shortest stat session I think I've ever had, at least for one team at a halftime. 5 points for Jackson Miller, 2 points for Cooper Davis, 2 points for Braden Carithers, 2 points for Brian Parker. And a game-high 12 points at half for Ryan Reimolds, who's 4 of 8 from the free throw line and has 6 twos. Jackson Miller does have a 3. The South Fulton Rebels are 4 of 10 from the free throw line, as Aiden Parsano went 0 for 2. BPC, zeros across the board. They did have 8 fouls, I think, but I missed one that they didn't really show me the number on, and since we aren't announcing here, I couldn't tell for sure who it was. At any rate, BPC scored no points, so nobody has any. The only person that was at the free throw line was DeAdrian Ruffin, and he went 0 for 3 from the charity stripe. Thanks for watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. I think Square Music Company. Square Music Company offers instruments, gear, lessons, service, and more. Located at 122 Northside Square in Macomb. Call the Macomb store at 309-431-5484. You can also visit the Quincy location at 725 North Hampshire Street, or find them online at squaremusic.com. And McDonough District Hospital, thank you for voting McDonough District Hospital Rehabilitation Center as best of the best in McDonough County. Let their experienced and dedicated sports medicine and rehabilitation staff show you why MDH has been voted best of the best in 2017, 2018, 2019, and again in 2020. 3 convenient locations to serve you, 2 in Macomb and 1 in Bushnell. And Heil Enterprises and Heil Trucking, they can take your product down the road near or far, and also offers top-notch heavy-duty truck repair and trailer repair. The second-generation business continues to grow and continues to support BPC Athletics. Stop by and see Danny or Travis on Route 41 south of Prairie City. Call them at 309-775-3333. So we'll work to get a schedule up here for you and tell you a little bit about what we've got coming up here for TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH in the very near future. We'll tell you that we did get official word yesterday from Macomb High School that we'll be able to bring you the Macomb BPC football game, which is the first game of the year on March 19th. We'll be on the road to bring you that game. Sounds as if we'll bring audio only for the game at Farmington in week number 4, because they are a National High School Federation licensed school that went on that program, so nobody else can do video and do it live. So we will be there, do some recording, and have some highlights the next day, but we cannot go live from there. Coming up this week here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Of course, we got the game this afternoon as the BPC girls volleyball team plays host to North Fulton in 7th grade IESA regional action. The winner of that game will be lucky enough to travel to West Prairie on Tuesday night to play the Cyclones. Cyclones, the number 1 seed in the region. 3 different events going on Monday night. Ethan will be at West Prairie High School for junior high boys basketball. Chris and Kelly, or Chris and myself, will be at BPC right here for high school girls basketball. And Greg will be in Scioto for high school girls basketball as well. So we'll have a 3 broadcast night on Monday. Then we'll turn around with a 3 broadcast night on Tuesday, as Chris will call his first junior high game, junior high boys, here at Bushnell Prairie City High School. And then I will be at West Prairie High School with the high school boys, and then Greg Phelps will be calling the West Prairie Junior High Volleyball Regional in Colchester. So we're just about ready to go here at Bushnell Prairie City High School for the second half. So that's just a little idea of what we got going on the next week. We'll have another 3-game day on the 11th as well. A lot of games here in this last week of basketball for all the schools in our area. This third quarter action. South Fulton knocks it away on the inbound, and it'll be their basketball, and nobody stops the ball, and Miller's going to get the easy layup. 25-0. Lieb with it. Reimels is going to take it away. His layup is off no good, and Palm with the rebound. Reimels with another steal. He's going to try and go to Carruthers. Carruthers is going to track it down to 5:14 to go here, and Parker with a shot. It's off no good. Guppy with the rebound for BPC. Lieb missed the shot. Miller has it for South Fulton, going back the other way. 25-0 is the score. Shot off, no good. Reimels with the rebound. Out to Parker. Parker's jumper is off the front of the rim, no good. Miller with the rebound. Nobody picks up the ball, and he'll get another bucket. And a steal by South Fulton to Reimels. Reimels with another bucket, and it's 29-0. Fouls on Guppy. Unofficially his second. Team's first of the second half. Looks like Upton, Rhodes, and Ruffin checking in for BPC. Full timeout going to be called by South Fulton. It'll be their second timeout called. They'll have 3 remaining. BPC has all 5 left. BPC came out to guard. I don't think they were supposed to be in full court press. They were supposed to fall back, but they were guarding like that was the basket that they were trying to defend. So, well, helping to bring you this contest here on TSSR Live, presented by MDH, is Country Financial Agent Shelley Poston. See Shelley Poston at Country Financial to learn more about protecting the things that mean the most in your life and start on a plan for a comfortable future. Contact Shelley Poston today at Country Financial, 309-772-3003. 4:10 remaining here in the third quarter, 29-0. Now the score is 6 straight points to open the third quarter for South Fulton. Will likely be a running clock in the fourth quarter. So that will speed the game up a little bit in the final stanza. And as I suspected, BPC fell back out of the timeout. Reimels has it for the Rebels. Ruffin tried to get a steal. Carruthers puts up a line drive bank shot. It's off no good. Miller's going to have it on the dribble. Upton cuts him off. Palm's down there guarding him. Now here comes Ruffin to help. And Miller's going to throw it off for Ruffin out of bounds. Probably not in a defensive scheme for Ruffin to come out from the upper top of the 2-3 zone to try to trap on the baseline, but Upton with the block on Parsano, a jump ball, possession to South Fulton. Gonna run box, see if this looks like the same box play we ran. No, it is not when I was a kid. Miller's jumper is good. He's got 11 in the game now. It's 31-0. Upton to Lieb, to Palm, to Ruffin. Ruffin's going to drive, get the layup, and the first basket of the game for BPC as Ruffin gets the shot to fall. Nearly halfway through quarter number 3 before it came. Let's see if they can make this respectable at least the rest of the way as Upton gets it knocked it away. And Rhodes knocks it out of bounds. Guppy, Ash, and Havens checking in for BPC. I don't know who they're taking out, though. Rhodes. We got a timeout on the floor. It is the COVID/media timeout. We'll take a break as well. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
helps me reach peak performance. In the weight room.
Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
Welcome back to Bushland Prairie City High School. 31-2 is the score. BPC is on the scoreboard with 2:49 to go on a Ruffin layup. South Fulton basketball after the timeout. Inbounded to Miller. Pull up from the baseline. Jumper's off. No good. Rebound to Pilger, who threw it up to keep it from, well, they're going to call a foul. White 10, I think, is who they called it on. Ash, his second. Team second. Shooting 2 for the Rebels. Number 32 is Colin Pilger. His first one is good. Makes it 32-2. Pilger's in the scorebook now. And he left across the line too quick. Kind of a line drive at it like he was trying to get his own rebound, but it's no good. But they lead by 30 with 1:50 remaining here in the third quarter. Ruffin's going to try a 3. It's off, no good. Guppy with the rebound, loses it. Havens has it momentarily. Carithers comes down with it. He's on the dribble now. He's going to go back the other way. Davis now is going to drive as well. He pulls up, free throw line jumper off, no good. Upton with the rebound for BPC. He's going to outlet it to Ash, and Ash can't come up with it. Possession to South Fulton. 1:23 remaining here in the third quarter. 32-2 is the score. Looks like Rhodes, Palm, Lieb, Ash, and Havens on the floor now for BPC. It's Miller, Reimolds, Carithers, Davis, and Pilger on the floor for South Fulton. 1 minute remaining. Reimolds looks to drive. He will. Nobody really stops him, but his shot's in and out, no good. Miller with the rebound and the putback, and it's good. He's up to 13 points now. This team leads by 32. 42 seconds remaining. Palm with the basketball. To Lieb. Lieb looks. Still not doing anything with it. Going to get it to Ash. Logan Ash with it. He's going to try to get it to Havens. Carithers is going to steal it away, though. Carithers is going to give it to Reimolds. Reimolds from Carithers. It's up and in. $15 seconds remaining. 6 seconds remaining. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're just going to leave it at that. And that'll be the end of the third quarter of play. BPC trails 36-2 here after 3 quarters. We're bringing this contest here on TSSR Live, presented by MDH. Is M&B Furniture, Bushnell's only furniture store. Will be celebrating its 60th anniversary in June. M&B Furniture is a mainstay in the community and offers top-notch customer service, free delivery within 40 miles, and the best in-home appliance repair in the area. For everything you need to finish your new home or to replenish an old one, stop and see the fine folks at 481 West Main Street, or find them on Facebook, Instagram, or on the web at www.m, the word and, A-N-D, B Furniture Inc., that's I-N-C for Inc.com. You can also call them 309-772-2111. So the third quarter comes to an end, and we will have a running clock, I do believe. In the fourth quarter. I missed 2 points for somebody, I'm afraid. So BPC basketball to start the fourth quarter. Ruffin's going to drive. And he's going to be fouled. Fouls on number 10. That is Aiden Parsano. His team's first of the second half. Ruffin's shooting 2 free throws. First one's off, no good. Both of them off, no good. Clock is running. 5 minutes to go here in quarter number 4. Travel, possession of BPC. (36-2). Ash's jumper's off, no good. Parsano with the rebounds. We're at 4:20 to go in the basketball game. Miller drives it down. Carruthers puts up the jumper. It's off, no good. Tipped around. Saved in. Nope. It's going to go out of bounds. Checking in for BPC is Lieb and Havens, replacing Rhodes and Guppy. Once again, we do have a running clock, 3:55 to go in the basketball game now. I'm going to bring you this contest is Webb Family Farms. Webb Family Farms has been growing corn, soybeans, and Spartans for 5 generations. This Palm's going to put up the shot. It's off, no good. Nathan, Lisa, Jamie, Cyrus, Terry, and Linda wish all BPC athletes good luck this season. And Parsano is going to get the bucket to fall. Makes it 38-2. Ash with it to Lieb. Ruffin's runners off in and out, no good. Ball's picked up by Miller, and he'll take it back the other way. We get it to Pilger, and Ash is going to run. Oh, they're going to call him a travel. 38-2 still the score. Helping to bring you this contest, Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell. For over 100 years, Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell has been servicing the local community's needs for personal and business banking, as well as home and agricultural lending. Stop by the main branch at 484 East Main Street in Bushnell or their drive-up facility on Cole Street to learn more. F&M is a member FDIC and equal housing lender. Guppy along 2. It's in and out, no good. Lieb with the rebound. Lieb puts up the shot. It's off, no good. Carruthers goes back the other way. 2:20 remaining in the basketball game. Across he goes to Parsano. Knocked away by Lee, but picked up by Miller as Palm is all over Miller, and Palm is going to get called for the foul. That'll be his second unofficially. Team foul number 3. And we will take the timeout for masks here. So with that, we'll take a break as well. We'll be right back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH right after this.
You know, you see fires on TV all the time. You don't understand what the families are really going through until you've lived it. The day before the fire, life was good. We went to bed, we woke up, and we had nothing. If it was not for Country Financial, we would still have nothing.
Helping bring this contest also is Hensley Grain. Hensley Grain in rural Bushnell has a long family history of taking an active role in the Bushnell Prairie City School District, and especially Spartan Athletics. Good luck, Spartans, in 2021, and enjoy your shortened athletic campaign. South Fulton has the basketball. Guppy gets it taken away. Tries to get it to Ruffin. Carithers is there, though, and it's going to be on the floor. Jump ball. Possession to South Fulton. Clock running. 1:45 remains here in the basketball game. .135 left. Miller has the basketball for South Fulton. He's going to go down to Parsano. His shot's off, no good. Rebound. Stepped on the baseline, I believe, with South Fulton, so it'll be BPC basketball. Ruffin with it. His jumper's up and off, no good. Carithers goes back the other way. He's going to get a layup, and it is no good. Hard off the glass, and then I think Carithers was standing out of bounds, but ball's going to stay with South Fulton. 48 seconds remaining. Clock is running here. Parker to inbound it. He had Parsano wide open, didn't get it to him. Carithers with it. Carithers put up a jumper. It's off, no good. Rebound picked up off the floor by Guppy with 33 seconds remaining. Ruffin with it. He's going to go down low to Lieb, and Lieb can't control it. It's going to be Parsano. Now Carithers is going to give it to Miller. Miller goes down the other way. Miller's shot is up and in. That unofficially make him the leading scorer in the game. 13 seconds remain. Ruffin, jumper, off, no good again. Parsano with the rebound. 2 seconds left, 1 second, and that's how the game will end. Final score, 40-2. South Fulton with the win. We'll take another short break, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. We'll have Coach Harrison in just a couple minutes.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
helps me reach peak performance in the weight room.
Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
Well, we were camping, and then I got a phone call from my neighbor and said that we got hit by a storm. He said, you better come home because there's no roof. He said, I look up and see the sky. He didn't know what you were going to do, where you're going to go, you know, but Country Financial took care of us.
We anticipate something that we hope never happens, but when it happens, we are there to make good on our promise.
A little dead air for a second as we're getting Coach Harrison underneath the headset before we came on and showed you all the craziness that's behind the scenes here. But Coach, that game was one that you just as soon forget for the 7th graders.
Yeah, I think the schedule finally caught up to us. We talk about the effort that they've been given night in and night out with, 6, 7 guys to put on the floor, and it's starting to show. We played 3 nights in a row this week, had last night off. Everybody went to football practice and then showed up this morning to play basketball. So the night off, isn't a night off. It's just a night to do something different.
Right.
And 3 road games in a row. And then this morning, it showed Thursday night, showing again today. All I can say is thank you to the kids for giving everything they've got all the time. You can tell they're just giving everything they have. It's just not what they're used to having.
Right.
And so it makes a difference. Shooting, passing, rebounding, everything you need to do, 100% effort. You're giving 100% effort, but it's not what your effort really is, and it shows.
I thought maybe there, and I can't remember if it was the second quarter or the third quarter when you finally put Connor Upton in. I said it, Coach, I felt like you didn't really want to play Connor, but you put Connor in because you felt like the 7th graders needed a little pick-me-up. And I think they got a little bit of a pick-me-up because the defense did get better, but it just wasn't there for them today, was it?
No, it wasn't. And I hate to, I think you're right, make it feel like, well, let's put this on Connor to do something more than we should ask him to do. He's doing a nice job for us, in both games.
I think he relishes that role, though.
I think he does, too.
I mean, when you see him on the floor with those 7th graders, he doesn't think his body actions and what he does tells you he doesn't think of it as a slight at all. It's a chance to go out and help these kids get better.
Yeah.
And I think he accepts that and really cherishes that a little bit, that opportunity to kind of work with those kids and maybe help pick them up a little bit.
Yeah, he just loves basketball. He loves to be on the floor, and he understands that role because we've talked about it. He's a good player, and he could do a lot of things that he doesn't do in that game. Selecting to do that to help other kids be better, and so he's helping them in that teamwork. We've talked a lot this week about how as a team we grow, right? How in 2 years they're going to be a team again, and it's going to be the freshman and sophomore squad, and they're going to be a lot better,
right?
Because the 7th graders are going to grow, they're going to get stronger, they're going to get a real season of basketball under their belts, and they're going to be a quality basketball team. I told them that. From the time they turn freshmen to the time they graduate as seniors, they're going to win a lot more basketball games than they lose. And I'm excited for them for that.
We've seen it on numerous occasions where you guys are concerned especially, but for both teams tonight or today, the drastic physical appearance difference between the 8th grade team and the 7th grade team was the biggest difference for – I mean, it looked like you were watching 4th or 5th graders in the 7th grade game and you're watching 8th graders or freshmen in the 8th grade game. It was just the most, across the board for both teams, the most drastic difference between those 2 grades.
Yeah, it says a lot about how much they grow, through these junior high years, the difference. And usually I'm disappointed because what's going to happen as soon as we shut down basketball, every 8th grader is going to shoot up by 4 inches,
right?
And finish school 4 inches taller than when they left basketball. And why didn't we just grow 4 months sooner, right? We would have had that through the basketball season. But they do. They grow fast and get physically develop really quickly. And hopefully we see that, especially with that 7th grade group, because it'll be good for them. There's talent there. The effort's there. We're going to need more time in the gym. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to catch up growing a little bit, which sometimes, there have been years when I feel like we've grown ahead of people, where we were much bigger in 7th grade. We show up and we play the same team in 8th grade, and it looks like a very different game because they caught up.
Right.
And they grew. So hopefully we'll be that team that's catching up in the next year or two when we see these teams again.
Let's talk about the 8th grade game before we let you go. Those kids got another win today. I thought, as far as the games I've seen you, the first half was really probably the most lackluster half I've seen you guys play on the 8th grade level. And then when you guys picked the tempo and intensity up in the second half was really the difference in the game. South Fulton couldn't handle the intensity and your guys' pressure. And it wasn't necessarily full court pressure or anything. It was just, especially Huffman, it was up in their face a lot. He got a lot of steals, and that's where they struggled. When you guys could make that thing run back and forth, South Fulton just couldn't keep up with you.
Yeah, and that's where the numbers are really making a difference, because that from 244 in the third quarter to the end of the third quarter is how we played start to finish a year ago. And we just know right now that we can't do that. And, Yeah, it's like I said, the effort is there. It's just what gas is left in the tank. We played Saturday. We're out of school early on Monday with the water main deal. Road Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yesterday off, football practice, and then in the gym again today. So no gym time except for 100% your plan a game effort right now. And so it makes a huge difference on the legs and the effort. So at 2:44 in the third quarter, basically that was exactly what you said. We're going to turn it up for 2 minutes and 44 seconds. We're going to take control of the game. Then we're going to rest.
Yeah, it became obvious that was where your advantage was when you came out at the start of the fourth quarter. You had that 7-point lead, and you were quite obvious, let's just eat some clock. And you guys didn't handle the eating the clock real well. I mean, you ate a little clock, but that allowed South Fulton to get a couple buckets. And I could almost hear your brain thinking, okay, we got to clamp it back down for another minute or two, get the lead back, and then we'd be okay. And that's exactly what happened. But South Fulton can hang with you in a half-court set, it looks like. I mean, their defense, they threatened. They just said, hey, we dare you to shoot threes. We're going to not let Pierce dominate us on the inside. And you guys couldn't hit the threes today, really, and it worked for them.
Yeah, and that's the legs. Again, as the week has gone on, we've made less and less outside shots. And we've talked about it. We can't settle. If it means we have a 45-second possession, it means we have a minute possession. Then we do what it takes to get the shot we want. We can't just settle, right? No shot clock. Yeah. Let's do what it takes. We might have misinterpreted a little bit to start the fourth quarter. We said we want to lay up. We want to move the ball. It doesn't mean you turn it off. It just means you slow it down. Right. And we kind of turned it off there for a little bit.
Be more particular in your shot selection.
Yeah, and your pass making and everything. Just we're winning now. The clock just needs to run out. It doesn't matter by how many.
Right.
We're just going to go ahead and finish this game off. So.
Yeah, and then you guys turned the notch up again, turned the wick up a little bit again, and then it was very quickly right back to the way it was.
Right. And I was just we don't want to completely run out of gas with 3 minutes left either. Right. So it was a management thing.
Well, it's good to see the kids be able to turn it on and turn it off like that when you have to do that, because that means maybe down the road, next year or whatever, they've got that feeling for what it's like to do that. So if there is a run against them, and whether or not they really turned it off or not, that switch will be there to, hey, let's snap out of this and get back going.
Right, yeah, and we can manage that. And that's something that the freshmen, I think back to the freshmen, there was a game we played last year, and they these guys worked a lot with them. They were, the eighth graders were on the same team as freshmen, and we were up 4 with 3.5 minutes, and they did what we did to start that quarter. They just shut it down, and basically we're up 4 in a game, and they're trying to hold out the clock, and I'm kind of going, okay, well, and they do it, and they win a game, and that kind of experience, like you said, is how do I manage a game at this point, and understanding how that works.
Right.
I think it was a great experience for us to have tonight. So, good deal.
Well, we'll let you get out of here. What do you got? One more eighth grade night is Tuesday night, right?
On Tuesday, yeah. And the plan, and I will talk to Mr. Zeringer about this again, but I think we will play that 7th grade game first. Okay. Traditionally, we do our 8th grade festivities at halftime of the 7th grade game, and then we'll play that 8th grade game second and finish off the season that way. So that's the plan.
Well, I will not be here Tuesday night. I have to go do another game, but Miles will be here, and Miles has done a great job on the camera, so he'll take care of it. And we'll have, hopefully my brother will be here and Chris Frankhauser will be here.
Okay.
So
all right.
We'll have you covered. No worries. It'll just be a little bit different crew than what you've seen most of the year here at Junior High Basketball. But I thank you, because I won't be here Tuesday.
Okay.
So I thank you very much for coming up here and talking to us. I know some of our conversations have been pretty long, but when you're talking about two basketball games essentially after one, it takes a little longer.
Right.
And the kids have showed great growth. So thank you very much for coming up here and talking to us, because that's not something most junior high coaches ever have to do. So we appreciate you coming up here.
I still appreciate you guys being here, and thanks to all our sponsors for making this happen. And we'll see what happens from here. So thank you very much.
Come up and talk to Chris on Tuesday, okay?
Will do. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Coach. That was Coach Harrison talking to us in the post-game show for South Fulton. If anybody from South Fulton is still watching, 15 points to lead the way for Jackson Miller, 14 for Ryan Reimolds, who didn't play in the fourth quarter. 2 points for Cooper Davis, 2 points for Braden Carithers, 2 points for Aiden Parsano, and 1 point for Colin Pilger. For BPC, the only 2 points of the game came from DeAdrian Ruffin in the third quarter. So that's how this day ends. You've been listening to the post-game show, brought to you by JoJo's Gaming Parlor. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Sign up for a cold drink and a chance, or sign up, come. Hey, Miles, you want to read this for me? Because I'm struggling here. I'm just, stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also, game nights, check out TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell. Cheer the Spartans on to victory. I think maybe during a junior high game, I'm going to give Miles a headset and let him read my liners for me, since I've been struggling with it here today. But he says no. He's a cameraman, not an announcer, apparently. So, well, anyway, folks, thanks for joining us here. We will call it quits for this morning. I guess early afternoon. We'll be back in about an hour and a half with 7th grade IESA Regional Volleyball here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.